Video games have come a long way since their inception as simple arcade games in the 1970s. Today, they are a multi-billion-dollar industry and are enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. However, despite their popularity, video games are still not fully respected as a medium for storytelling. I find this insanely frustrating because it's totally true. It's 100% true. As much as I've gabbed on and on about how The Last of Us or The Witcher 3 or any of these other games or Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, any game that has an amazing story. Oh, I just don't play games. But you like stories. I do. I love Interstellar. I love Inception. I love Batman. These are all Christopher Nolan films because he only does good job movies. Yes. That is right. You love stories, right? I love a good story. Check out The Last of Us. I don't play games. The amount, and that's a real conversation I've had. That is real. The amount of people who get annoyed by me offering a game as a great way to see a story or hear a story or anything else like that, and they only view it as like, well, I don't play games. I'm not a kid. I agree. You're a grown adult. This game is not just a childish Fortnite story. It's a good game. It's a great game. I would say it's one of the most heavy stories you'll ever come across. No, it's in the game? Cool. And I think that's what I get so frustrated about, is that people only look at the gameplay and they only look at people using it as escapism or anything else, and they write off the story. They write off the ability to see that there is more gems than just a controller. There is more than just this. There is more than just this. And people can't get their head wrapped around it. When The Last of Us came out, the show shocked a lot of people. When The Witcher came out, the show shocked a lot of people. When Arcane came out, the show shocked a lot of people, as well as Castlevania and other games, other shows that start off as games. And I think the problem that we have for most people seeing it past a game or seeing the story as more than just a game or more than just a few hours of fun is that the majority of the games that are coming out aren't really story heavy, aren't really that intense. But isn't that kind of like shitty TV shows? Isn't that kind of like bad movies or like funny comedies that aren't funny or bad horror movies? Can we not put those side by side and saying, yeah, I play this game because it's hilarious. Yeah, I watch the show because it's hilarious. It's not given the same respect. Now, granted, sure, when it first came out, not a lot of people were playing games. 1970s is a new idea. 2000s, you're kind of a loser for playing games. Now we're moving into a direction to where people are finding their career on doing this. People are finding streaming as their career or anything else, and it's becoming a valid career for people. But when it comes to the medium of storytelling, that is where games just aren't lifted up. That's where games aren't taken to the next level to say, wow, this really got me in here. The immersiveness was nuts. And that's another reason why I think games should be respected equally as movies as storytelling, is because the immersiveness knows no bounds when it comes to games. The protagonist that you're watching, he's making his own decisions. But when it comes to games, you're the one controlling. You are the one filling in the shoes as the major protagonist. You're the one saving the day. You're the one causing the trouble. You're the one getting the bag. That's you. Movies can't do that. Movies can't make you feel like the hero or the villain. But I don't think it has to stay this way. With these many show-to-movie adaptations from games, I think we're starting to see people open their eyes to what we can truly offer. And the more adaptations that we get, I think we can draw people into the games and say, wow, this is amazing as is. Then the validity of a game by itself in the storytelling medium that it is can be valid enough. Now, granted, I'm fine with being the one who gets to experience it by myself. I'm fine with the one who gets to play the stories, and I love it. I mean, I'm 29 years old. I love being able to do this. I don't have adults telling me what I should and shouldn't enjoy, but I will say that there is a stigma behind it. Even a little bit. There's a kind of like hesitation of like, well, don't compare this to Christopher Nolan. Don't compare this to, Quentin Tarantino. Don't compare these to such heavy legends, but they're not different. The storytelling aspect can be as gritty and dark and as powerful and light and heavy hitting as well as light bringing. I think it has the potential to be that much of a monument when it comes to our feelings with the game. I think it has its two legs to stand on. I think people should be viewing this as just as good as a medium for storytelling. So for me, I think that we should be giving them more of a chance to stand on their own, removing some of the stigma behind why gaming isn't respected, why it is childish to go into a game and get lost for a few hours, but how it's not childish to get into a show and lose hours and hours and weeks, maybe months on end for a show, but why it's childish to get lost in a world and play as the protagonist. I've never understood that. Never understood it because it kind of goes to the whole thing of esports aren't real sports. They aren't respected. Hey, get your head out of the clouds and quit watching the TV as that same person clicks on a football game and gets lost for a few hours. I don't know why the comparison's like that. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me, but I really do hope it stops in 2023 and moving on. I think games, esports, as well as video game media have as much of a right to be in the platform as well as movies, shows, cartoons. And I think we should make that change. I think it's a good change to make. So, while video games have come a long way as a medium for storytelling, they still have a long way to go before they are fully respected as such. The industry needs to promote and celebrate the storytelling aspect of games and diversify the types of stories that are being told in video games. Then when it starts making that push, I think we can expect greatness. Imagine movie directors or movie actors more wanting to be a part of a game than they are a TV show. More wanting to be a part of a game franchise than a movie. Where the movies get the budgets of around 2 to 4 million on the low side, maybe $1 billion, and then they invest that in the game because it just does that great of a job as immersiveness. I haven't lost hope in the ability of gaming to become more mainstream, which I think it has. I think we have made leaps and strides, but it can go further and it can do way better. I'm super excited for it. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what games you would like to see in a show adaptation, as well as what games you would like to see more respect on their name. Something that has given you the feeling of an immersive story. And this video was sponsored by you, everyone who membered up in my YouTube channel. You guys have no idea how much this helps and how much this does for me. To become a member, make sure to hit that join button. You get a ton of perks like private streams, discounts on merch, as well as a lot of other stuff. But just to thank some of the members, thank you so much Kiko Jax, Ethan's Toasty, Dylan RB, Deadly Dill Gaming, Cyber San, Swift Vortex, Preacher Guy, Jujuce, Seventh Cavera, I Am Fatness, Astrid Decker, Just Jordan Photography, Starboy Ecris, Coach Puff 333, Rampage RD, Bar None, Exaltimore, Angelique, TT, Sierra 884, and Annie Blackbird. Thank you guys so much for believing in my work that you'd want to support it. More videos will be coming out about this and just what we can do with it. It means a lot. Have a great day.